Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Erica here of thefeelgoodshift.com. Just wanting to come at you with a little blurb about intuition. I think it's still a super relevant topic because this is how I run everything. Like, people might think I'm crazy. Like, I know a lot of people are out there all about strategy and all about, creating a plan. And yes, I have a plan, and yes, I have strategy, but you know what? Intuition trumps all that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm all about following guidance, and sometimes it doesn't logically make sense, but that intuitive hit is what's up. And if I follow it, I always get better results. Like, I was going to say often, and I'm like, no, it's not often. Always get better results than what I could have put together on my own. So it's really key that you start learning how to tap into that intuitive place. I'm going to be doing a training about this in my Facebook group. If you haven't joined, join now. Manifesting Powerhouses, the link is with this video. So if you haven't joined, join. It's going to be really fun. And it's basically just learning to distinguish what is a yes versus what is a no, and feeling it in your body and knowing when something is a green light and a go versus a red light and a no. So it's really key, because the way that I'm doing things, the way that, the intuitive thing gets louder and it gets even more prevalent, because you don't really want to have a brain plan when, like, this is all heart-based and spirit-based, and like, I'm all about listening to spirit. Like, the more that I listen to spirit, the more that I listen to my intuition, the more successful I become, the more inspired I remain, the more juiced up I am, the more lit up I am about what I'm doing and what I'm, the message that I'm bringing out into the world and how I'm helping my clients. And, it takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of effort. And if you're not tapped into that, like, battery, like, that's my plug. Like, I go in there and that's where I get juiced up, and that's how I keep myself going day in and day out, getting up at 6 a.m, doing whatever it is that I need to do, but starting with that intuitive place, starting with that connection to spirit. And then I have like a full battery and a full inspired heart that runs all day. And I'll take my little pauses of like meditation in the middle of the day just to like recharge quickly, so that I'm staying in tune, so that I'm not going all brain, and that I'm staying in my heart, so that I'm creating from there. When you're creating, like, you definitely want to be in your heart. You want to be in that intuitive place. You want to be in that expansive state. You don't want to feel like you're worrying about stuff. So when you're connecting to your intuition, one of the main things that you want to do is like learn to listen to it. And one of the easiest ways to start connecting to it is distinguishing between the yeses and the nos. Again, this is something that I'm going to go into in the Facebook group. If you haven't joined, join Manifesting Powerhouses, and I'll be going into the how there. Why is this important? Because it's how everything is done. It's how you run life. The way that I have been able to run my life in a way that doesn't make sense to most people, and I have been able to achieve a level of success in my life personally, and a level of satisfaction that I think far exceeds what most people really tap into, or they achieve a level of success that they really got into being all left brain that has left them pretty unsatisfied, and then they start going into where I'm already at. So it's a very humbling place, and it's a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to be led by spirit, and being led by intuition, and being led, because then I don't have to make all these decisions. I get to stay in my feminine. I get to stay in my juicy flow, and then like come at it that way. Hi, Sandra. And really tap into that spirit, because at the end of the day, I'm not a man. I'm a feminine entrepreneur, and I want to stay in my feminine. I want to create from a feminine place. Like, I'm all about the goddess. I'm all about the divine feminine coming through. And if I'm going to create something amazing, which I am, then it's going to come from that place. And I refuse to go into like the standard structures. And I love my coach, but she has to deal with me because I push against her all the time, because I'm like, no, that doesn't feel good. Like, I know that's what they, quote unquote, say has to be done, but I'm going to do it the way that I know feels most amazing to me. And I push against boundaries all the time, because if you're going to create something amazing, and my goal is to redefine how to create success, redefine how to, as a woman, just go at it in a way that that is authentically feminine, that is womanly, that is, empowered, so that you can see how you can create what maybe takes a man 10 years to create, that you can create that in 1, maybe 3 years. That's the power of the feminine. And I'm all about bringing that to the light, because I don't think there's enough that's been spoken about in that arena. And the other place is like, as intuitives, women have it. Like, I'm sorry, and no offense to you men who are beautiful, and I'm being supported by an amazing creature right now, amazing man in my life. But to be honest with you, when it comes to intuition, it's all about the woman's intuition. Like, that's even like a cultural saying. That's how prevalent it is. So the more that we can connect to it, the more that we can like tap into that and really start listening to it, you're going to start seeing some amazing miracles happen in your life. So it's not to be taken for granted. It's not a secondary go-to. This is your primary. This is what we're going into. This is like it. If you can learn to listen to that, I guarantee you're not going to need another guru outside of yourself. If you can connect to your own intuition, you're not going to need anyone telling you what to do. You might need a little how-to, because let's be honest, this is a learning journey. But you're not going to need someone like figuring yourself out for you. You're going to have that done. You're just going to need someone giving you the how-to, because you already have your inner plan and you know where you're going. You have your direction. You have your clarity. So I really want to like start talking about this a lot more, because I feel like women out there, and I love you coaches, and I love everything that's happening in the coaching world, but a lot of you are operating your businesses as a man. And then you're wondering why you're being tired, and why you're dragging yourself around, and why things are not working out the way that you want them to, and why your business feels like a job and you're stressed out all the time and you don't know where you're going. The feminine is calling you. The feminine is flow. The feminine is expansive. The feminine is Mother Nature. If you can think of nature as being your prime example of like divinity and the divine feminine, go with that. Like, that's what you want to embody. That's what you want to bring into your experience, and then go into it. Yep. Marianne Williamson, Sandra, is a great place to start. Her book, Return to Love, is actually a great place to start connecting and listening to her story and going into that space. I'll talk about it more in the book. I know in the group. I know you're in there, so I really don't want to give away too much about like the work that we're going to be doing in there. But yes, Marianne Williamson is always, always, always a good resource to have when it comes to connecting to intuition. Even more than a book, I want to like teach you exercises, because it's not going to be about what you read. It's going to be about how you like tap into it yourself and how you feel it in your body, because you can read all you want, but at the end of the day, it's not giving you the practice to really learn like how to flow with it and what's it really telling you, and starting to decipher how spirit is trying to talk to you, which is really like what my main goal is. Because once all of you are tapped into that, like, as a coach, I'm not going to have a job. And I hope that happens, because I want to liberate every single woman that I possibly can into being their own gurus. And I'm saying that very boldly, and I know that there's going to be a lot of pushback, because I am this transparent. Like, I don't want people needing me. I want you to be so sure of yourself that I have done my job, and then I get to walk away and leave you in an empowered place where you can freaking thrive and shine and do more amazing things that maybe I even can. So at the end of the day, it's like, let's get feminine again. Let's get soft. Let's become a little bit more vulnerable. Let's connect to spirit. Let's do a lot more of that, because, I'm not going to be around forever, and I acknowledge that fully. So the more that I can teach, especially women, how to connect to all that and like make my work a legacy, that's my aim. That's what I'm going for. Like, you don't need anyone. You might need books to keep you inspired. You might need books and audios and things like that just to keep you in the flow. But once you're in the flow, then you're just there, and you're just like grabbing it by the horns and writing it and creating magic in your own life. Because I'm creating magic in my life, and I'm so grateful every single freaking day for what I can create, for living in a world and living a life that, defies a lot of what is being said and done out there. Like, I'm breaking rules every single day. Like, the how-tos and the shoulds, it's like, no, I'm not doing it that way. This is how I'm going to do it, and I put my foot down, and I put that stake in the ground and screw everything else. I'm very stubborn, in case you haven't picked up on that. But you know what? Because of my stubbornness, because my own commitment to follow my own gut and my own instinct and really follow like me, my authenticity is what's creating the world around me, because I refuse to compromise. It's what I want or else. It's what spirit is telling me or else. It's what that guidance is or nothing. Or nothing. There's no other option. So I really want to encourage you to start tapping into the intuition, start listening to what it's telling you to do, because it's so much better than what you come up with on your own. I guarantee you, your left brain has nothing on creativity, nothing. Like the limitations that we have as humans, are you kidding me? Once you connect to that bigger place, watch out, world. Watch out. I feel so complete right now. Thank you so much for taking your time out to listen to this. I'll jump into the group soon and start diving into this stuff, because a lot of what we're going to be doing, manifesting, is going to be totally from a place of intuition and honoring your own truth and knowing what that is for you, regardless of what anyone has to say. So I hope you join me there. It would be my absolute pleasure to have you. The group is growing like crazy. I'm super excited for everything that's happening right now in my life, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. Sending you so much love. Thank you, Sandra, for being here with me. And the sky's the limit. Break even that. Like, make galaxies the limits. Unlimit yourself. Like, just be limitless. Like, just know that this is who you really are, and let's start learning how to embody that fully. Sending you all so much love and many blessings. Erica Matos, feelgoodshift.com. Talk to you all soon. Ciao for now.